Hello students, welcome to Physical Science Digital Classes Mehbubabad. Myself Narendra Babu Kotla, PGT Chemistry, TSMS Mehbubabad. Today, Human Eye and Colorful World, Class 10 Part 3. In this, we are going to discuss about structure of human eye, function of eye, accommodation of human eye. First, structure of human eye. So, observe the structure of this human eye. If you observe this, the human eye is one of the most important sense organs. It enables us to see the object and colors around us. This eye enables us to see the objects and colors around us. This is a figure that shows schematically the basic components of human eye. The outermost transparent part of the eye, is called cornea. Behind the cornea, there is a place filled with liquid, is generally called aqueous humor. So this is the cornea. So cornea is the outermost transparent part of the eye. Okay, and behind this cornea, so there is a place that is filled with liquid, and this is called as aqueous humor. Here, so some liquid will be filled behind this cornea, that is called aqueous humor. Behind the aqueous humor, so this is the cornea. Behind the cornea, aqueous humor will be present. Okay, behind the aqueous humor, there is a colored part which we see in our eye, and it is called iris. Okay, so behind this, a colored part will be present, and which we can see in our eye, and it is called iris. The circular hole present at the center of this iris, if you observe, this is the iris and this is the iris. So at the center of this iris, a circular hole will be present. Okay, and this is called pupil. A circular hole that present at the center of the iris is called pupil. Cornea will be present, and behind the cornea a liquid will be present, that is aqueous humor. And behind this aqueous humor, so there is a colored part, and which we can able to see in our eye, that is the colored part, that is generally called as iris. And so in this iris, a small hole will be present, that is called as pupil. Okay, right. So behind the iris, a crystalline convex lens is present. So this is the iris, and behind this iris, a crystalline convex lens is present, which is held by a ciliary muscles. These are the ciliary muscles. The convex lens will be held by ciliary muscles. The retina is the innermost part of the eye. Actually, this is the retina, and this retina is the innermost part of the eye, which is connected by the optic nerves. Retina is connected by the optic nerves. So the distance between the lens and the retina is about 2.5 centimeters. The distance between the lens and the retina is about 2.5 centimeters. There is a space called vitreous humor, which is filled with liquid and is present between the eye lens and the retina. Between the eye lens and retina, there is a liquid will be present, that is called as vitreous humor. And coming to the function of the different parts of the eye. First, outermost, so that is cornea. Cornea, it is a visible transparent portion of eye from outside. It refracts the light falling on it, and it also acts protective membrane. Cornea is the outermost part of the eye. Okay, it is we can able to see this cornea from outside, and it refracts the light falling on it, and also acts as a protective membrane to the eye. Iris. Iris is a colored part of the eye which has tiny muscles. It controls the size of the pupil. So iris that controls the size of the pupil. Pupil in the sense, so it is a circular hole located on the center of the eye. Pupil in the sense, it is a circular hole located at the center of the eye. So this pupil that controls the amount of light entering into the eye. Then lens. Lens is a transparent biconvex structure in the eye. So lens refracts the light rays. Lens refracts the light rays to converge to form an image on the retina. So the light, when it fall on this lens, so this refracts the light rays to converge it and it forms image on the retina. Ciliary muscles, very important part. So it is a ring of smooth muscle fibers. Actually ciliary muscles, in the sense, it is a ring of smooth muscle fibers which holds the eye lens. Ciliary muscles means it is a ring of smooth muscle fibers which holds the eye lens. So the ciliary muscles, they holds the eye lens. What is the importance or the function? Ciliary muscles changes the focal length of eye lens so that the image is always forms on the retina. If the object so that placed at different positions, so that means very near to you, or that means at least distance of distinct vision, or very far away from you, also we can able to see the object. How? In the sense, ciliary muscles, they adjust the focal length of lens, and that's why so they can able to, eye can able to form image always on the retina. Retina, it is a delicate membrane having light sensitive cells. Retina is a delicate membrane having light sensitive cells. So retina captures the light rays converged by the eye lens and sends electrical impulses to brain through optic nerves. What this retina will do? Retina that captures the light rays converged by the eye lens and sends electrical impulses to the brain through the optical nerves. Aqueous humor. It is a transparent liquid present between the eye lens and the cornea. It provides power to the cornea. So because of this aqueous humor, it provides power to this cornea. Vitreous humor. It is a clear gel present in the space between the eye lens and the retina. It provides the eye its form and shape. Coming to the function of eye. Let us see the function of eye. This light rays enter the eye through the cornea. See, this is the object. The light rays are coming from the object. So first they enter through the cornea. This is the cornea. So the light rays, they enter through the cornea. All the light rays, they are entering through the cornea. But the light rays get refracted through the cornea. Actually light rays are refracted through this cornea. So this amount of light is controlled by the pupil. So when light rays are entering into this eye, so these light rays are controlled by the pupil. The eye lens converges the light rays. See, this is the eye lens. This eye lens that converges the light rays and forms an image on the retina. This is the retina. After light ray that converges the light rays and it forms image on the retina. The focal length of this lens is controlled by the ciliary muscles. So these are the ciliary muscles are present here, and these ciliary muscles that controls the focal length of the lens. So since the eye is convex in nature, the resulting image is real, small and inverted. Actually convex lens means it forms the real, small and inverted image. So if you observe in this, this is the object, okay, and after the light rays entering into this, it forms the inverted image. This image is formed on the retina. So light rays are entering through this, and after this, so this eye lens that converges the light rays and it forms the image on the retina. That image is real, small and inverted. If you observe, this is the inverted image. Okay, this image is formed on retina. So the retina converts these light rays into electrical signals. This retina that converts these light rays into the electrical signals with the help of light sensitive cells. Actually in retina, light sensitive cells will be present. These light sensitive cells, so they converts the light rays into the electrical signals. So these signals are transmitted to the brain. Actually, the electrical signals are transmitted to the brain through about 1 million optic nerve fibers. The brain interprets these signals and finally process the information so that we perceive the object in terms of its shape, size and color as erect image, and we see the object as it is. Uses of two eyes. Having two eyes gives a wider field of view. One eye is having a field of vision of about 150 degrees. That means if you close one eye and by using only single eye, you can able to see field of vision, so that is of about 150 degrees. Both the eyes enables us to see up to a field of 180 degrees. Thus, having two eyes gives a wider field of view. With a single eye, we can able to see up to only 150 degrees. That will be the field of view. But with the two eyes, we can able to see 180 degrees around. So it gives the wider field of view. Having two eyes enables us to judge distances more accurately. Our two eyes are a few centimeters apart from each other. Due to this, the two eyes see the same object from two slightly different angles and send two slightly different images of the same object to the brain. So the brain combines these two slightly different images to build a three-dimensional picture of the object, which enables us to judge the distance of the object more accurately. On sunny days, when you enter a low light room, you are unable to see clearly for a moment. Why does this happen? For example, when you enter into movie theater, actually movie theater that will be dark. That means low light will be present in the movie theater. When you enter into the movie theater, we cannot be able to clearly for a moment, for few minutes, we cannot be able to see in the theater clearly. Why does this happen? We will see. At the same time, when you wake up from your sleep, or when you are in the sleep, if someone switch on the light, then we cannot be able to see the light directly at a time. Why? What is the reason? We will see reasons for these two cases. In bright light, the iris contracts the pupil. In bright light, the iris that contracts the pupil, that means makes the pupil small and reduces the quantity of light enters the eye. As a result, the retina is protected from the exposure to the excessive light. Bright light in the sense, when you wake up, when you are sleeping, someone switch on the light, then when you open your eyes, then what happens? So you will not open your eyes suddenly. You cannot be able to open the eyes. Why? In the sense, you will open the eyes very slowly. Okay? Why? Because the iris that contracts the pupil makes the pupil small and reduces the quantity of light enters the eye. As a result, the retina is protected from the exposure to the excessive light. At the same time, when you are trying to see the sunlight also, so you will not open your whole eyes. The total eye you cannot be able to open your eyes. Why? Because simply you will close your eyes. So part of your eye you will try to open. Why? Because the iris that contracts the pupil and reduces the quantity of light enters the eye. As a result, the retina is protected from the exposure. In low light condition, the iris expands the pupil so that more light may enter the eyes. So when you are entering into the dark room or low light room, so there will be no light, no excessive of light. That's why our iris will expand the pupil. So if it expand the pupil, then more amount of the light that enters the eyes. Hence, it takes a few seconds before we are able to see the objects present in the low light room. How we see the different colors? Retina consists of two types of cells called rod cells and cone cells. The rod shaped cells respond to the intensity or brightness of the light, rod shaped cells are respond to the intensity of brightness of the light. The cone shaped cells respond to the colors. So thus the cone cells of the retina make color perception possible. So if more number of the rod cells are present, so such type of the animals, they can able to see even in the dark night. So for example, owl, they are having a more number of the rod shaped cells in their eye. That's why the owl that can able to see even in the dark. A person having defective cone cells is not able to distinguish between the different colors. This defect is known as color blindness. Accommodation of human eye. Is there any limit to the change of focal length of the eye lens? What are the maximum and minimum focal lengths of the eye lens? The eye is able to focus the image of the objects lying at various distances only on retina. So what it is? The eye is able to focus the images of objects lying at various distances only on retina. If you observe this, so the light rays are coming from a far distance, from infinity distance or far distance. So that's why the light rays are parallel to each other. They fall on retina, they fall on the eye, they fall on the eye and they refracts and it forms image on the retina. When object is at infinity, if you observe here, when the object is at infinity, the parallel rays from the object falling on the eye lens are refracted and they form a point-sized image on retina. In this situation, eye lens has a maximum focal length when object is at infinity. So that means when object is at infinity, very far distance from the eye, so then eye lens will be having the maximum focal length here. Okay, so that means u is equal to object distance that is at infinity. According to the sign conventions, u is equal to minus infinity. V is the image distance is 2.5 centimeters. That means, so the distance from the retina to the eye lens, this is the retina, this is the eye lens. Okay, the distance between retina to the eye lens is 2.5 centimeters. That's why the image distance is 2.5 centimeters. Okay, so by using the lens formula, 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. So if you substitute this, f maximum is equal to 1 by v is 2.5 centimeters minus 1 by u is minus infinity. So then we can write this 1 by f maxima is equal to 1 by 2.5 plus 0. So 1 by infinity is equal to 0 plus 0 it will be. So f maxima is equal to 2.5 centimeters. What is the maximum focal length of the eye lens means? That is the 2.5 centimeters. When an object is placed at infinity, the maximum focal length of that eye is 2.5 centimeters. Consider that an object is placed at a distance of 25 centimeters from our eyes. So imagine now an object is placed at a distance of 25 centimeters from our eye. So in our previous case, the object is at infinity. So now in this situation, the object is at least distance of distinct vision. So this is the least distance of distinct vision. From this, the light rays are coming and they enters into the eye and it forms the image. In this situation, eye lens has a minimum focal length. When the object is placed at the least distance of distinct vision, the eye lens that is having the minimum focal length. Okay, right. So in this case, u is equal to minus 25 centimeters. Why? Because the object we are placing at least distance of distinct vision. So that means, so object distance is 25 centimeters. According to the sign convention, u value is minus 25 centimeters. V is the image distance. As usually, image distance in the sense, the distance between the lens to the retina is 2.5 centimeters. Okay, right. So by using the lens formula, 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. So we can write this on substituting this u and v values. 1 by f minimum is equal to 1 by v is 2.5 centimeters and u is minus 25 centimeters. That means it becomes 1 by f minimum is equal to 1 by 2.5 plus 1 by 25. If you simplify this, 1 by f minimum is equal to 11 by 25, and finally you will get the f minimum is equal to 2.27 centimeters. This is the minimum focal length. What is the maximum focal length? 2.25 centimeters. The minimum focal length is 2.27 centimeters. If you place the object at infinity, the focal length, maximum focal length is 2.25 centimeters. If you place the object at least distance of distinct vision, that means 25 centimeters from your eye, then focal length is 2.27 centimeters. If the position of an object is between infinity and the point of least distance of distinct vision, then the eye lens adjusts its focal length in between 2.5 centimeters to 2.27 centimeters to form a clear image on the retina. If the position of an object is between infinity and the point of least distance of distinct vision, then the eye lens adjusts its focal length. So in between 2.5 centimeters to 2.27 centimeters to form a clear image on the retina. If you place the object at infinity, the maximum focal length is 2.5 centimeters. If you place the object at least distance of distinct vision, then minimum focal length is 2.27 centimeters. That means if you place the object between infinity and the least distance of distinct vision, then the eye lens that can be able to adjust the focal length between 2.5 centimeters to the 2.27 centimeters. So wherever you place the object, if it is in between these two, infinity and the least distance of distinct vision, then eye lens can adjust the focal length between 2.5 centimeters to 2.27 centimeters. The ability of an eye to focus the distant objects as well as the nearby objects on the retina by changing the focal length of its lens is called accommodation. The ability of an eye to focus the distant objects as well as nearby objects on the retina by changing the focal length of its lens is called accommodation. So wherever you place the object in front of your eye, whether it is near to your eye or it is far away from the eye, so our eye lens can able to adjust the focal length. So that is called as, the ability is called as accommodation. Range of vision of normal human eye, far point. The farther point from the eye at which an object can see clearly is known as the far point. So that means the farther point from the eye at which an object can be seen clearly is known as the far point of the eye. So farther, the farthest point means the largest point, the far point. So if you place the object very far away from your eye, farthest point from the eye at which an object can see it clearly, that is far point. The far point of a normal human eye is at infinity. This means that the far point of a normal human eye is at a very large distance. Near point. The nearest point up to which the eye can see an object clearly without any strain is called the near point of the eye. The nearest point up to which the eye can see an object clearly without any strain is called the near point of the eye. That means the near point of a normal human eye is so at a distance of 25 centimeters from the eye. That means the least distance of distinct vision will be the near point of a normal human eye. What happens if the eye lens is not able to adjust its focal length? Till now we discussed eye lens that can be able to adjust its focal length between 2.5 centimeters to the 2.27 centimeters. But what happens if the eye lens is not able to adjust its focal length? And what happens if the focal length of eye lens is beyond the range of 2.5 centimeters to 2.27 centimeters? If the focal length of the eye lens is beyond the range of 2.5 centimeters to the 2.27 centimeters, what happens? We will see in our next class. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video.